Ever feel like your money disappears the moment you get paid? Yeah, you're not alone. In this video, I'm breaking down 5 smart and simple ways to save money, without living like a monk. Let's get into it. You can't fix what you don't see. The first step in getting a handle on your finances is simply understanding where your money goes each month. Many of us are guilty of buying small things here and there, maybe a coffee or two, some takeout, a new pair of shoes. Individually, these purchases don't seem like a big deal, but when you add it all up, it can be hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars every year. Start by tracking every single expense you make. Sounds a bit tedious, right? But trust me, this will give you the clarity you need. There are plenty of tools out there to help you, like budgeting apps such as Mint or Anab. You need a budget. These apps can link directly to your bank account and automatically categorize your transactions, making the process way easier. If you're old school, you can still do this by writing down your expenses in a notebook or using a simple spreadsheet. Just make sure to categorize them: needs, rent, groceries, utilities. Wants, eating out, entertainment, gadgets. Savings, emergency fund, retirement savings. Once you have your spending categorized, look at the total for each category at the end of the month. Are you spending more on wants than you should? Maybe it's time to cut back on those small, frequent purchases that add up. Here's an example. Let's say you're spending $5 a day on coffee. That's $150 a month. Now, imagine you redirect that $150 into savings or investments. It's a small habit that could make a huge difference over time. Here's a tip: set a weekly budget for yourself. Check in every week to see if you're staying within your limits. This will help you stay on track and avoid any surprises when it's time to check your bank statement. Number 2, automate your savings. We all know that saving money is important, but it can be hard to remember to do it consistently. The good news is, you don't have to think about it. Once you set it up, your savings will grow automatically. One of the best ways to do this is by setting up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account. You choose how much you want to save, and every time you get paid, the money is automatically moved to your savings. It's as easy as setting a reminder, but you don't even need to think about it. Start small, maybe 5 to 10% of your income. You can always increase it later once you adjust to living without that extra amount. For example, if you're making $2,000 a month, setting aside $100 to $200 automatically could build a nice emergency fund over time. One of the best parts about automating your savings is that it makes saving effortless. Think of it like paying bills. Once it's set up, it's just something that happens. And before you know it, you'll have hundreds, maybe even thousands, saved up without even noticing it. And here's a pro tip: use a high-yield savings account or an investment account for those automatic transfers. High-yield savings accounts can earn you more interest, so your money is working for you, not just sitting there. Some apps even let you invest in low-risk funds with small amounts. Look at this: if you save $100 every month for a year in a regular savings account at 0.01% interest, you'll earn practically nothing. But in a high-yield savings account, you might earn $5 to $10 more depending on the interest rate. It's small, but that extra $10 can go toward your next goal. The key here is that, with automation, you don't even have to think about it. You won't feel the temptation to spend that money because it's already out of your account and working for you. So, take a few minutes today to set up your automatic savings, and let it work for you. Trust me, it's one of the easiest ways to grow your savings without any extra effort. And the best part? You won't even miss the money. 3. Cut unnecessary subscriptions. Number 3, cut unnecessary subscriptions. We all know the drill. You sign up for a service because there's a great deal or free trial, and before you know it, you're paying for things you never use. Whether it's Netflix, a gym membership, a streaming service, or even some random app subscription, those monthly fees add up, often without us realizing it. Take a moment to stop and think about all the subscriptions you have. A lot of times, we don't even notice how many we're paying for because we've gotten used to seeing those small, recurring charges on our bank statements. It could be that extra $5 for a music streaming service you barely use, or that gym membership you haven't set foot in for months. Here's the thing, Even though each subscription may seem small, when you combine them, it's a lot of money, money that could be going towards something more important, like building up your savings or investing in your future. For example, paying $15 a month for a streaming service you only watch once a month adds up to $180 a year. Imagine what you could do with that extra $180. Start by looking at your subscriptions. It's not always about cutting out everything, but about being intentional. Ask yourself, do I actually use this service? Is it something that really adds value to my life, or am I just holding on to it because it's convenient? Here's a strategy. Go through your list of subscriptions and pick out the ones you don't use regularly. Don't be afraid to let them go. If you find that you haven't opened an app in months, or you've barely watched that show you're subscribed to, it might be time to cut the cord. Think about it this way: how often do you really use that subscription service? Is it truly worth the recurring charge? A lot of times, we keep these subscriptions just because they automatically renew, and we forget to cancel them. You don't need to keep paying for something you don't need. And don't worry, you can always sign back up if you ever decide you miss it. But chances are, once it's gone, you won't even remember it. One of the best ways to cut back on subscriptions is to really take a step back and prioritize the ones that matter. Maybe you use a music streaming service every day, or that gym membership gives you real value. Keep those. But anything you barely use or can live without, cut it. It's an easy way to free up extra money each month without sacrificing much at all. And don't forget, this doesn't just apply to digital subscriptions. Look at your physical subscriptions too: magazines, newsletters, or any other service you're paying for regularly but rarely use. Those can add up over time as well. Think of every subscription you cut as a step closer to freeing up more money. Instead of letting that money go to waste, redirect it into something more meaningful, like building an emergency fund, paying off debt, or saving for a future goal. Number 4, cook more, eat out less. I get it, we all love the convenience of grabbing food on the go or ordering takeout after a long day. But here's the truth, eating out regularly is one of the biggest drains on your wallet. Think about it, whether you're getting lunch from your favorite fast food spot or ordering dinner for delivery, those small purchases add up over time. Let's break it down. The average American spends over $3,000 a year eating out. That's a huge chunk of change. Imagine what you could do with that money if you put it towards something more important, like building your savings, paying off debt, or even investing in yourself. Now, I'm not saying you should never eat out. It's perfectly fine to treat yourself to a nice meal every now and then. But if you're eating out multiple times a week or getting takeout more often than you'd like, it's time to take a closer look at your spending habits. Here's the thing, cooking at home is almost always cheaper. When you cook for yourself, you're paying for ingredients that you can use for multiple meals, not just a single serving. For example, if you make a pot of chili at home, it could cost you $10 to $15 for the entire meal, and you could get multiple servings out of it. Compare that to the $10 you might spend on a single meal from a restaurant. You do the math. Plus, cooking at home gives you full control over what you eat. You can make healthier choices, avoid the extra calories, and reduce your intake of expensive, processed foods. You can also experiment with meals that you actually enjoy and learn new recipes that are both fun and cost-effective. But let's be real, sometimes cooking can feel like a hassle, especially after a busy day. So here's a tip: meal prep. Set aside time once a week to plan and prep your meals. You can cook in bulk and store leftovers for easy lunches or dinners throughout the week. This not only saves you time, but it also keeps you from reaching for that takeout menu when you're feeling tired or hungry. Here's an example: you could make a big batch of chicken, roast some veggies, and cook rice or quinoa. You'll have meals ready to go for the next few days. That's way cheaper than grabbing lunch from the deli or picking up fast food. And you can customize it to your taste, adding whatever flavors or spices you love. If you don't know where to start, there are tons of simple, budget-friendly recipes you can find online. Try looking for meals that require just a few ingredients, things like pasta dishes, stir-fries, soups, and salads. These are easy to make and perfect for beginners who might feel intimidated by the idea of cooking. One more thing, if you're really tight on time or money, consider doing a meal swap with friends or family. You can take turns cooking and sharing meals. This is a great way to get variety without having to cook every single meal yourself. Plus, it's a fun way to spend time with others while saving money. Finally, when you do decide to eat out, try to be mindful of your choices. Look for places with specials or deals, or choose to split a meal with someone if portions are large. Little changes like these can help keep your eating out budget under control. At the end of the day, cooking more and eating out less is a simple but powerful way to take control of your finances. You'll save money, eat healthier, and even feel more accomplished when you realize just how much you can do in the kitchen. 5. Set financial goals. Last but definitely not least, set financial goals. Without clear goals, it's easy to let your money slip through your fingers, and before you know it, you're wondering where all that hard-earned cash went. But when you have specific, measurable goals in place, you're more likely to stay focused and on track with your finances. Think about it: if you don't know what you're working toward, it's hard to know how to get there. It's like trying to drive somewhere without a map. You'll end up lost or wasting a lot of time and gas. Setting financial goals is your roadmap to getting where you want to be. Start by defining your goals. What are you working toward? Is it building an emergency fund? Paying off credit card debt? Saving for a vacation or a down payment on a house? Or maybe you're looking to invest for your future. Whatever it is, be clear on what you want to achieve. Once you've identified your goal, break it down into smaller, more manageable steps. For example, if your goal is to save $5,000 for an emergency fund, break it down into monthly or even weekly savings targets. Instead of saying, "I want to save $5,000, say, "I'll save $500 a month for the next 10 months. This gives you a clear and actionable plan. Don't forget to make your goals SMART, that's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. A vague goal like "I want to save more money" isn't nearly as effective as a SMART goal like "I will save $200 each month for the next 6 months to build my emergency fund." This way, you can track your progress and adjust if needed. Also, don't just set short-term goals, think about your long-term financial future as well. Where do you want to be in 5, 10, or 20 years? Setting goals for things like retirement, buying a home, or starting a business can help you focus on the bigger picture and give you something to work toward beyond just the next few months. And here's an important tip: make your goals visible. Write them down and keep them somewhere you can see them regularly, whether it's on your fridge, in your planner, or as a reminder on your phone. Having your goals in front of you keeps you motivated and reminds you of why you're making sacrifices in the short term for the long-term gain. Tracking your progress is key too. If you're working toward paying off a debt, for example, check in regularly to see how much you've paid off and how much is left. This not only helps you stay motivated but also helps you adjust if you're falling behind. If you realize you're off track, it's okay, just rework your plan and keep moving forward. Also remember to celebrate your wins, no matter how small. When you hit a milestone, like saving your first $1,000 or paying off a credit card, take a moment to reward yourself. Not with a shopping spree but perhaps with something meaningful, like a nice dinner or a day off to relax. This reinforces the habit and keeps you motivated to continue. Finally, set financial goals that align with your values. Don't chase goals because others are doing it. Make sure your financial goals reflect what truly matters to you. Whether it's spending more time with family, securing a comfortable retirement, or traveling the world, having goals that align with your values makes the whole process feel more rewarding. And that's it, 5 simple but powerful ways to start saving more money and taking control of your financial future. Remember, it's all about being intentional with your money and making small, consistent changes that add up over time. Whether it's tracking your spending, automating your savings, cutting unnecessary subscriptions, cooking more, or setting clear financial goals, each step brings you closer to your financial freedom. So, start today. Don't wait for the perfect time, because the best time to start is now. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content on managing money and achieving your financial goals. And feel free to leave a comment with any of your own money-saving tips. I'd love to hear from you. Ration continues. Until next time, stay focused, stay motivated, and keep working toward the life you want. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.